Okay, kneeling on the floor, already place the feet in such a way that second toe, heel, shin are in the same line, feet are apart, parallel to each other, and the knees close to each other. Then you are going to press the second toe, the feet, the shin, and already start to move your hips back. Once the thighs are parallel and diagonal compared to the floor, you are going to place the hands inside, mainly the thumb, inside the knee space, and you are pulling back the calves to the heels direction and a little bit out. In such a way you are still helping the condition of outer rotation of feet and shin and the pressure of those. Then the knees are keeping the space and the hips are moving back. Then you are going with the sitting bones touching the floor, and from there, keeping the same action in the legs, you are elevating the spine until it's perpendicular to the floor. You can help still the condition of the action in the feet, pressing the outer feet down. Can you see the position of the heels of my hands? Touching the border between the heel and the outer feet. This is the action that the feet and the legs should done alone. After that, you are going to place the hands on your thighs. To go out from the pose, you are placing the hands on the floor and you are going up, like in a kneeling position with hands on the floor. Two ways to go out. Easiest way, if you have particular trouble in the knees, one leg extended, then back, the other leg extended, and then back, and then you can stand, or otherwise directly go from here to Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog pose, or from here going directly in Uttanasana, if you don't have particular troubles in the knees. And then in all the cases, then you are standing up. Common mistake in Virasana, the hero pose, is first of all, as you are sitting and considering the pose as a sitting pose, to not use the legs at all. When you are creating that condition just to sit back, as you can see, the outer shin lift, you create space between the shin and the floor, and from the front vision, you see that the femurs and the knees are rotating in. So in this condition you have compression in the hips and you have compression in the knees. So it's very important to create, by the pressure of the outer feet and shin, the movement down of the outer shin and the little outer rotation of your thighs. So to do this, you are starting with the knees closed and the feet apart, but is really the second toe that have to press, the middle foot that have to press, the middle ankle that have to press, outer shin. So keeping that, you are going to place your hands inside the space between the knees and move the calves back and little out. So this helps the possibility to create the action that I already explained. Then you are moving with the spine from the thoracic spine to the sacrum, a kind of diagonal movement, and after, as last, when the sitting bones are very close to the support or the floor, then you are creating the verticalization of the spine. In this way, you have really the capability to create the action of outer feet down, outer ankles down, outer shin down. So no space, or almost no space, between the feet, the shin and the floor, and also you can create the condition of parallel condition of inside, outside thighs. If you have stiff ankles, you can create, with props, elevation in shins and ankles, so the feet will be out. As you can see, the shin and the ankles are supported by the first blanket, and the second blanket is supporting part of the dorsal part of the foot. The rest of the foot is out. Same action of before, and the action is coming much easier. In case of knee problems, to create more space in the knees, can be useful to use a support like small towels. and you are placing evenly in such a way you are creating the space inside the knee, and in same time as you are placing two anyways, also if the problem is only in one knee, but is the same elevation in the knees, so you are not compromising the similar even extension in the side of the chest. If you don't have the small towels, also the use of the blanket. You can also fold a little bit in the border in such a way it's fitting better in the space inside the knees. So the simplest things to do when there are kind of difficulties to create the action and the outer rotation of the thighs in such a way the inner and outer knees can be parallel to each other and perpendicular to the floor in such a way to avoid the compression in the knee joints is to sit higher. So as you can see in the equipment, there are such a number of blankets that are creating the condition that the hips is higher than the position of the knees and legs. Can be done with also the support for the legs. As you can see here, you have the support that is creating the elevation of the shin compared to the feet, so this is helping to create a completely touching point in the shin and the ankles that is helping to create the outer rotation, plus the elevation of the hips. The elevation of the hips itself is helping to create the outer rotation of the thighs and avoid the compression of the knees, also because there is less weight on it, because the elevation of the hips is helping you to place more weight on the hips point instead than on the knees. The feet are very important in this case, like all the other variations, they should press. So you are not sitting, because can you see if I'm just sitting what happened? There is a collapsing condition in the spine and in the legs. But if the feet are pressing and the femurs are moving in, you feel that the legs can rotate, as I said before, and this creates the condition that outer rotation of the legs and thighs, femurs in, you feel the side of the chest and the spine elevate. You can create a similar condition of what I explained before with the support for the hips and the support for the shin, using just a brick and a little roll for your ankles. For sure this is less performant, but can be very similar effect.